The Spotlight Radio Show, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the first single off of Poured Out from Loulita Gill, which is our guest today. I am very excited to be speaking with her. She's in the UK, so it's like 5 o'clock p.m. her time, 11 a.m. my time. So she'll be on shortly, but check this out. Grace and Mercy. Oh, she's here. Let's bring her on. Let's add her on.
Grace and mercy.
Hi! Hi, Loulita. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Loulita, is that how I pronounce your name?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I was like, Loulita. I'm from Texas, so I'm like, Loulita.
I get called like.
Yes. Absolutely. How are you? So exciting to be able to talk to you. I want to thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. I've been really, really blessed.
Absolutely. I want to say I became a fan of you. I was following Needly Music on Twitter, and you collab with them, and they added you on a song. Is it what is it? Goodness gracious! I forgot the name of it. That quick.
There's a few songs I've done like with them, like. So yeah.
Okay. Yes. Well, that's why I fell in love with your voice. I like went hysterically crazy over it. I was like, oh my gosh. And before I actually like seen a picture of you, like it was your voice sounded like a 14, 15-year-old girl. To me.
His wife actually said the same thing to me when I finished recording my album. She's like, you sound like a 20-year-old, you know?
Yes.
I was like, yay!
Yes, absolutely. I was like, oh my goodness. Yes. So, okay, everybody say hello. Welcome everybody that's jumped on. I definitely want to know, like, when did this all begin? What inspires you, and when did your musical journey, your worship journey begin?
Gosh, it kind of began in my teens, you know. I started writing. I actually thought I was a dance, so I had actually my ballet, modern, and I thought I was going to struggle around dance.
Mm-hmm.
I did this worship. I sort of like did worship, you know. No, I
Okay.
go on, and this is where I would sort of end up. And I then led worship in church for quite a few years, and kind of always had to sort of pursue my music. But one thing after the next,
Yes.
doing that. So,
Okay.
so eventually,
Yes.
about 2.5 years ago, 2 years ago now, actually, when I decided to and
Okay.
all the years of sort of leading worship, writing stuff, culminating this
Okay.
career. So
Yes.
So here we are.
Oh my goodness, yes. And I just see that your single got on God TV 2 days ago?
Yes. So it got on, I think it was it was last week that I got the email to say
Okay.
added my play. In fact, they've added onto this. See me popping up at different times. But
yes.
On Saturday night, this past Saturday, I ended up watching it, and it was so great. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's so exciting. I was screaming. I was like, oh my gosh. I know that was so exciting.
Oh, thank you so much, honestly.
Yes, yes. I am so excited just to talk to you. Oh my goodness. I definitely want to know, are you a cat person or a dog person?
I think I'm probably more of a dog person. We've got a dog,
Okay.
but yeah, probably more a dog person, cat person. But I'm not anti.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a cat person. Yes.
Oh, that's very
I
fun.
love my little cat. Yes. Absolutely. Your connection is just a little off. I don't know if you might need to adjust
Okay,
your
let me move. Okay, let me move because it might just be that I'm in my office. So let me
Okay.
I'll go closer to my Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Hopefully that will do it.
I understand. So, do you have a piano at home?
Yeah, I do.
You do? Okay. Do your kids, are they into music? Are you
I
one?
think I think they're really into music, but I try to get my 9-year-old to learn piano.
Mhm.
And he was going for lessons, and then we ended up in lockdown last year, so he had to kind of stop that. And every now and then he sort of does play. Um, but I would like all of them to kind of sort of learn an
Mhm.
instrument, you know, because I think it's so
Right.
important, like learning to be able to play at least one instrument. It
Mhm.
really helps you in your life for later on. You just never know where you'll end up, you know, what you will end up doing. So having some kind of musical knowledge would be great. So
Yeah.
they're very musical and they love music, but
Okay.
they're not particularly learning a particular instrument at this moment in time. So,
Okay. Okay.
but I
Wow.
want
Wow.
them to.
Yes. Well, congratulations to Port Out. I love the album. I put
Thank
it up
you
on
so
Spotlight
much.
Radio Show. It is amazing. So, like,
Oh,
I just can't believe like how like what's to come next. Like how do you like every project that you put out, every song that you put out is always better than the last one, and it's always everyone is so meaningful to, especially to my life, especially Grace and Mercy. Like when I first heard it, I started crying. I was like, I need her to be on my show
oh
immediately.
wow. Thank you so much.
Yes. Yeah.
I think, you know, I think that's like anything in life, you know, when you have a passion for
Mhm.
something, you just really want to improve. And so I
Yes.
think with all my music, you know, with every album, with every song that I release, I
Mhm.
just want it to be better than the one before. And I think that's like with any sort of craft that you have, you know, it's
Mhm.
to when you start something is to always kind of have like a determination that you're going to just get better and better at it, you know. And
Mhm.
so like I still even want to improve my vocals, you
Okay.
know. When I was recording Poured Out, there was one day when I was really struggling and I was like I actually was in tears because I heard myself singing flat, you know. And like for some people they were like, why on earth would you be crying about singing flat? But
Yeah.
it's because I had put hours of like, you know, training and
Mhm.
rehearsing. And so when I went to the studio and that one day I just could not seem to
Yeah.
sing some of these notes in tune, and I heard myself, I was really like devastated. And I thought at that point, you know, you've got a choice here. You can either feel sorry for yourself and
Mhm.
feel devastated about the fact that you're not getting this right, or otherwise you can learn to just, you know, suck it up and improve
Yeah.
and kind of
Yes.
keep pushing forward and keep
Mhm.
trying to get better at what you're doing, you know. So I think when you have an art and you have like a craft and you know that
Yes.
you're meant to be doing something with your life in a particular area, it's to just keep getting better and better at it, you know, and keep working
Absolutely.
at that craft until, you know, just, I don't know, going up. So I know definitely
Yeah.
like Poured Out is a very different album from my first one.
Okay. It is
And
awesome.
thank you so much.
Yes, your voice is so beautiful. Like you don't need the producers, you don't need the background music. Just go. All you need is a pretty background. That's it.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Yes. So your parents, did your parents sing? I mean, where did your voice come from? Which side of the family?
Um, yeah, probably from my dad's side, because my dad's side is quite musical, I would say.
Okay.
I've got a cousin because I'm originally from South Africa, and I've got a cousin in South
Okay.
Africa, and she's like super talented as well. She's got a beautiful voice, you know. She's a very different style of music to me. Hers is more kind of
Okay.
rock, like sort of
Okay.
rock music. But I think probably from my dad's side, you know, there's definitely
Mhm.
some musical heritage there. And I think vocally, oh, goodness, I actually have an audio tape of me singing when I was a teenager, and I have improved a lot.
Wow.
It's actually embarrassing to listen to myself. I'm like, oh my word, what is
Oh,
that?
goodness. I
Um,
understand.
I've had a lot, you know,
Oh,
again, like I said to you, I think it's really good to improve your craft, and I've invested, you know, quite a lot into my vocals, and I've done a lot of vocal training because I just really feel that I really want to be excellent at what I do. And so, and to be honest, I'll be honest with you, like for a long time, I actually didn't think I could sing very well at all.
really?
Yeah. I think
Wow.
I've been through a situation where my confidence got really crushed, you know, and it
Hmm.
was like, I just didn't think that I was any good really. And in fact, I always tell the story, but when I was recording my first album, I said to my producer, you know, when I'd heard all the songs, I said, I hope that when I sing on this album, I don't ruin it, you know?
Wow, wow. It's okay. That's how the best thinks, though. It's okay. Wow. So what is your if what is there a person that inspires you every day? What is it that inspires you? That keeps you going when you do feel, like, hey, not today. I can't get it right. What keeps inspiring you? Is it your kids, your husband, your family?
I think it's probably it's a combination of a lot of things. So like obviously you know, my kids are a massive inspiration to me. I love them with all my heart, and I just really want to do well for them. Obviously,
Yeah.
like having God in my life, you know, and knowing that this is something that I'm definitely called to do,
Yes.
and is what keeps me going. But then I think you know, the amount of messages I've had from people who've listened to my music, and it's been so life changing for them and life impacting for them. And when I get those messages that come through, you know, on Messenger, sometimes on Instagram, and people have just been
Yes.
so touched by my music, like that really keeps me going. And I just think, you know
Yeah.
what, I just got to keep doing this because people's lives are being impacted, you know, really
Absolutely.
impacted. So yeah.
Yes. So where do you speak? Where do you worship? Where's your house of worship?
So I go to a church here in Bristol where I live,
Okay.
and it's called River of Life Christian Centre.
Hmm.
We're quite a small church, but a very close knit family and a very healthy church, and I really love it. So that's
Yes.
where I
Yes.
worship.
Okay. Wow. Do they often have you sing? Do you speak
Yeah.
at your church? Okay.
Well, I sing pretty much every Sunday, so I'm involved in the
Hmm.
worship team. So I don't always lead every Sunday. Sometimes I share the leading with
Okay.
another worship leader. Sometimes I share it with my pastor because he also plays and sings. So you know,
Okay.
but yeah, every weekend I serve in church, and I love it. Like I
Yeah.
really enjoy it. I really enjoy, you know, serving and just using my gift for
Absolutely.
my local
Absolutely.
church. I love it.
Absolutely. My mom has become a fan of yours.
Oh really?
She shares a lot of your stuff on Facebook, to her Facebook page. And every time I go, I was like, look at my mama. Yes. Yes. Very inspirational.
Oh
I'm telling you, like,
wow.
Grace and Mercy broke me down of just, I can say, 2021, I lost a lot of friends, people that I
Really?
knew because of COVID. So,
Oh no, I'm so
I don't
sorry.
know. When I hit play on Grace and Mercy, it brought back like all those emotions of things, like really I was kind of like holding back and just, didn't cry, and so I like let it all out. So do you have any advice for people that are trying to break through something that they can't break through, either it's addiction or even like with what's going on in the world right now during this pandemic? What would
You
be
know,
your advice?
I would say, you know, there's been two very significant things for me that have kind of really helped me. And
Hmm.
first of all is thank you, Nyasha. She's like Grace and Mercy is a powerful song. Um,
Yeah.
Nyasha's one of my friends. I love her so much. So I think for me, like understanding who I am to God and who He is as my Father has really been, I would say, completely life altering and transforming. Um,
Absolutely.
because I think sometimes we can grow up in different environments where we can have a really skewed and maybe distorted image of who
Hmm.
God is. And that
Yeah.
really affects us in terms of our own sense of our own value and who we are. And so, you know, we if we don't know who we are and we don't know our value, we don't value our lives and we don't value ourselves. And so when we understand our value, that's when we are able to really make different decisions about our lives, you know, what we want to do. And if, in terms of things like, you know, addictions, obviously everybody's situation is different and everybody's reason for the addictions are different. So you can't ever put like a blanket. You can't say that everyone is suffering with the same thing because they've come from the same environment or they've had the same upbringing or they've had, you know, everybody's journey is so unique to them. So what I would say, and for me, again, first of all, is like my relationship with the Holy Spirit has been extremely important because he's really helped me to walk through some really difficult things in my life. But also, I think understanding why you are where you are. So basically, I don't know if you know any of this, but I'm what I call a complex trauma survivor. So I went through a lot of complex trauma in my childhood and my teens and in my 20s even. And so, you know, that trauma really affected me really badly. And I think being aware of where you are, how you got there, what got you there, and what the decisions are that you've made, you know, in your life really helps you to break through and to overcome some of those things, some of the struggles that we have. And I think for me, like, I put myself in counseling, you know, because I was like, I need help. I need to be able to, deconstruct this trauma and deconstruct the effects that it's had in my life, because I was struggling with so many of the effects of it. I need to be able to deconstruct this so that I can then make different choices and make different, you know, choose a different outcome, because we have the power to choose. But I think when you've been traumatized or when you've come from, you know, a really difficult background, you find yourself in those kinds of addictions, it's really difficult to make those different decisions if you're not aware of what got you there in the first place. So I would say, like, for every person that's struggling, is, you know, figure out, you know, get professional help if you need to figure out how you got there, what led you there, you know, what were the influences in your life that led you to that place, because you're not going to get breakthrough if you don't understand all of that, you know. And obviously God has helped me throughout all of it, and he's really helped me to you know, to overcome a lot of things in my own life through my relationship with him. So there's a lot.
Okay, yes. Thank you. Like, so what happens, you know, well, I can say one thing that I struggle with. I haven't had any trauma, but let's say, like, how can I say it? Like, if I cut somebody off on the road or passed someone up and got in front of them and slowed down and didn't turn my signal light on, and later on through my day, I think about it. I was like, I shouldn't have did that. So what happens when your mind is steady telling you or replaying those scenarios, that something that you did wrong? Like, how do you come out of that easily? Is there a way? Or is there something that you can tell yourself, like, when that happens? Because that's something that I deal with a lot. Like, if I do something, like yesterday, my nephew was here, and he has this little Mickey Mouse, and I put it on my finger, and I'm going around, and he couldn't do it. So I ended up taking it away because he kept hitting himself. So I felt bad about it. So all this morning, I was like, I can't wait for him to come so I can try it again. But I was kind of beating myself up about it. So, you know, is there something that you can do when a person kind of replays those things in their mind?
Yeah, I think you need to understand the difference between your sort of like your choices and the mistakes that you made compared to like who you are as a person. So, like, I don't believe like people are like evil. Do you know what I mean? Because we're created in God's image, but I do believe that people can make bad decisions, and so it's taking responsibility for the bad decisions without. And in fact, something happened to me on Monday. I just, you know, I had a really bad day with my kids because we are locked down. And now I'm homeschooling, and they were just giving me such a hard time. So I just kind of like, I really upset them. They really upset me. We were all in tears. We were all crying. And I felt awful afterwards. I was like, what is wrong with me? Why didn't I just like stay calm? You know, but I think that I was facing a lot of pressures in lots of other areas of my life. And so kind of like I just snapped a bit. And I think in situations like that, I actually put it out on my Instagram page. I was like, people, how do you deal with this? Because I felt so bad. And Yash is actually commented. I felt so bad, and I felt like I'd really failed. And, you know, and so like I was just reminded that, first of all, you know, I am not a bad person, but maybe my behavior was bad in that moment in time, and I just got to take responsibility for the bad behavior, because if I don't take responsibility for it, I can't change it. And so like, and with my boys, what I did was I just took them aside, and I just really repented. I just said, I'm so sorry, you know, mummy's like, I'm just not perfect, and I make mistakes, and I'm so sorry that I got really upset. And you know, if for them, and my friends actually reminded me that when you do that, you're actually modeling really godly behavior. You're modeling the right kind of character behavior, because you are taking responsibility. So one day when they make a mistake, they can take responsibility for their lives. But to like not beat yourself up about it is just to realize that, number one, we're not perfect. We are humans. We make mistakes. We do get impatient. You know, we can be unkind sometimes. You know, we can do things which, you know, we are ashamed of. And it's just, it's recognizing that what I did was bad, but that I'm not bad. And so if I'm not bad, I can choose to do things differently. You know, I can choose to make a different decision next time somebody wants to cut me up on the road.
Yes. Yeah, you know, like little things, like I'll be like, did I get really angry about that? Yeah. You know, and I don't have no control, but yeah, I did. I was like, and then I felt so bad. Yes.
Same. I think, oh, you know what, I felt so bad as well. And it took me like a whole day to kind of really sort of realize, like, you know what, actually, the whole world is in a very strange place right now. And in fact, I was thinking about it the other day. Even with me driving, you know, I'm not necessarily, I don't have like road rage or anything when I'm driving out on the road. I know some people have got it really bad, you know.
Me too.
But then I was driving and I'm just doing innocent things, and people are like, you know, getting really upset, or, you know, you're trying to go down a really slim lane, and then someone else is coming in, they give you a dirty look. And I was just thinking to myself, gosh, if everybody just gave everybody else a little bit of grace to realize that we're all in this together, we're all struggling, we're all having a bad time at the moment with this pandemic. If we could just learn to extend a bit of love and grace to each other, the world would be so much better.
Absolutely. Yes. Oh yes. So, and during this pandemic, is there something like started with you, besides, you know, like homeschooling from home with the boys? Is there something that like you picked up different? Like, have you gardened? Have you done something that you haven't done before because of like this lockdown and everything that's going on?
You're gonna laugh when you hear this. I learned to improve how I do my makeup.
Okay, good. Yeah.
I was watching, like, because I was like watching some TikTok videos. I've actually I've recently joined TikTok, but I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing on TikTok. But before, I would just like, you know, I downloaded the app because everybody was talking about it, and I was watching some TikTok videos, and I just learned how to like really improve my makeup. Not that it's looking great today, but anyway, it's one of the things I really learned how to do differently. I was like, oh, okay, so this pandemic has taught me how to kind of like, you know, improve my makeup.
Yes.
I'm very shallow.
That's okay.
So shallow.
I was right before the interview, I was like I have so much makeup, especially from Indigo Beauty. I'm more of a lip gloss. As long as I have my lip gloss, little mascara, and I'm good. That's it.
Really? Is that all you wear?
Yes.
You are a nice woman.
Okay, thank you. I would really love to, you know how everybody has the eyeshadow and the 2 and 3 colors? Like, if I could learn to do that, I got it right here, but I just don't know how to do it.
Well,
I really don't.
I learned how to do like basic contouring.
Okay.
Not very well. And
that sounds good.
I did my own makeup in the Grace and Mercy video, you know, because actually that video was only going to be it was only supposed to be like a lyric video. We weren't going to make it this whole big official music video, but when it was, you know, when we had filmed it, and Abhinav, the guy who did it for me, such a lovely guy, when he edited it, I was like, wow, this looks incredible, you know. But I was really happy with myself because I'd done my own makeup, and I thought, oh, it doesn't look too bad.
Yes.
Thank you, TikTok.
Okay, yes. Where did y'all shoot the Grace and Mercy video?
literally where I'm sitting. So I was in this, it was in my lounge. Yeah, like one of my friends actually said to me, "Oh, did you do like a spring clean?" I was like, "Yeah." You don't want to see it now, and I won't show you because it's full of toys everywhere. My boys have just put their toys everywhere.
Okay.
So literally, we shot it in here, and then literally just outside my house, I've got like a wooden area, and so we shot some of the video outside as well.
Wow.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
thank you.
Beautiful. Yes. Wow. It has been a blessing to speak with you. I want you to let everybody know where they can find and get poured out. Where's the best place to go? And let everybody know where to follow you.
You can perfect that craft too, Loulita. Sorry, I'm just reading somebody else's message.
Yes.
So basically, you can find me on social media, obviously, everywhere on social media. If you just Google my name, Loulita Gill, and obviously Loulita is spelled with a U. And then I'm on all the digital streaming platforms if you want to have a listen to my album. And I would love feedback, and I would love people to let me know if it's really blessed them. And you know, if somebody wanted to purchase my album or just kind of like support me that way, it's on through my website, which again is just my name, loulitagill.com. So you find me everywhere. If you search for my name, it's really not difficult to find me because my name's quite unusual.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I remember when I first followed you on Twitter and you followed me back, and I've been a fan ever since.
Aw, thank you so much. Honestly, I'm so blessed.
Yes. But it has been a pleasure speaking with you.
And you as well.
I
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you so
You
much.
enjoy the rest of your day. Tell your family hello.
I will.
All the way from Texas. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Appreciate you
bye.
too. Okay.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh. Loulita Gill. Thanks, guys. Thanks for everybody for jumping on this Instagram Live Spotlight Radio Show. I will be celebrating 8 years of Spotlight Radio Show February the 8th. I really appreciate the love. Thanks again, Loulita Gill. Please go to spotlightradioshow.com. If you click on Gospel Inspirational Music, you can find her right there. The Poured Out album, you can find it on Spotlight Radio Show website, which will detour you to loulitagill.com. I appreciate the love. Thanks, everybody. Bye.